guys, welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing really good. I hope you guys enjoy some of the videos that I have been making lately. I'm really enjoying making videos for you guys. Creating content like this is so much fun for me, and it's just something that I like to do mostly on my spare time when I have the time. I also find it kind of therapeutic for myself because this is something that gives me a little peace of mind. In today's video, I am doing the makeup look that you guys requested. Some of you requested that I do the makeup look on the video prior to this one, and this video is a little bit of a chit chat talk through. This is my time for me to do something that I find very therapeutic. I definitely find this to be one of the main things that helps me with my anxiety, and it's kind of like my escape from reality, the craziness, the things that happen in life, the really sad incidents that happen in life, and it just helps me out. You know, being a parent is very stressful. It also creates a lot of anxiety in life, you know, being that we live in such a crazy world. So go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, please. Don't forget to subscribe because I want to grow my channel. I want to be able to continue to create content like this, and most of all, why I have my channel. I have my channel because I love to teach makeup, create makeup looks, and teach you guys and talk to you guys about, you know, just different techniques and things that I have picked up along the way, and things that I've learned throughout my career in the makeup industry. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why, mostly the reason why I have my channel. So yeah, so I created the makeup look that you guys requested from my previous video. To me, this makeup look is the ultimate classic, soft, romantic. Definitely have to add that in because it's got this very romantic vibe makeup look, which I love. If you're taking, you know, romantic or very nice pictures, it photographs well. I especially love it for a wedding. Like, this is definitely something I would do for my wedding. But it's a very soft glam makeup look, and it's definitely easy to achieve. I don't find it very difficult. It consists of a lot of contouring of the eyes and contouring of the face. So there's a lot of highlight and contour, but keep in mind this is an all matte look. There is no shimmers in this makeup look at all, so it's all pretty much a matte makeup look. But if you guys are interested in seeing a shimmery version of this makeup look, let me know down below, because I just bought this makeup palette at Morphe that I am dying to get my hands on, and I definitely think that that makeup palette would look really pretty with this soft romantic look in a shimmer version of this makeup look. So if you guys are interested in seeing a soft romantic makeup look with shimmer instead of matte, let me know down below. But all in all, I hope you guys enjoy the video and you find this tutorial easy to follow, and I will see you guys at the end of the video. Okay guys, now that I have you up close, I'm gonna recreate that look I posted, the look I had on my previous video. I'm gonna prep my skin with 111 Skin, or 3 Skin, maybe it's called 3 Skin. This is their cryo activating hydrogel. It's a really good moisturizer. It also works really nice as a primer. Okay, now that I prepped my skin, I always start with the brow. I used my 24-hour brow setter from Benefit, and now I am going to use my Brow Food tinted brow gel. So this is gonna be a talk through video. I'm gonna talk a little bit through this video, so whatever product I don't mention, I will always have it, my dog, whatever product I don't mention, I will always have it down below in the description, so you can always see it there. If there's something I didn't mention, just let me know down below in the comments, and I will tell you what I used, just in case, because I sometimes don't remember everything. But right now I'm just using my Anastasia Dip Brow with my Morphe M158 brush. So I'll probably speed up through this brow portion because I have a brow video that I did recently, so you guys don't have to see this whole brow routine. Okay guys, so since this look is all about your skin, it's mostly skin. I mean, I do have eyeshadow on, but like I mentioned, it's mostly bronzer. We are working on our skin. Right now I'm gonna use my primer. I typically wouldn't put primer now to video because I'm taking off my makeup probably after this. Primer I'm using is the No Problem Prime Essence. I've used this on my channel before. I love this primer. It's really good because it just works. Since we're working on skin and it's all about the skin mostly for this particular look, I like to use a little bit of color corrector. I am in the hunt for a good color correcting primer. If you guys know of any, let me know down below if you know of a good color correcting primer that works for redness. So obviously it would be the green. The green is good for redness. So if you guys know a primer that has the green formula in it to kind of brighten the skin, oh, that's a lot. Let me know because I'm in this hunt for something like that. I used to use the Stila one that they came out with a long time ago, but honestly that did not work. So if you guys know of one, let me know. So what I do is I have this CoverGirl color correcting palette, and I just get a little bit of the green and I just concentrate it on my center. And the reason I do that is because we want to bring brightness to the eyes but not do it with so much like heavy concealer. Let the color correcting work for you. And now I need to wash my sponge. I washed my sponge, and now, like I said, just a little bit of color correcting, not too much. Even though I am using my Estee Lauder Double Wear, I don't use too much. I mean, look how little bit of foundation I'm using. That is it, you guys. A very tiny amount because, you know, you're gonna use concealer and I don't want my face to be too cakey or masking. So just a little foundation is all you need, and then just spread it out because the concealer is what's going to give you that highlight, you know, conceal and give you that brightness. So I like to just tap my foundation in the center, and I'm using my IT brushes, the Love is the Foundation brush, which you get during the month of October for Breast Awareness Month. Some of the proceeds go to the breast awareness cancer research. So you see that little, and I still have so much more left on the palette because I can always go back and use it if needed, but I just like to use this foundation and kind of spread it out and sheer it out as much as I can, because like I said, the concealer is going to help me conceal any imperfections. Whatever's left on the brush, I like to just swipe it on my lids. I've mentioned before my NYX eyeshadow base. It's the eyeshadow base that protects. It's a primer for your eyeshadow. I love to carve my brows with this. So again, very little. I don't need a lot. Make sure that's all, and then I like to get my sponge, kind of blend it out. So now we're gonna do the same thing for the bottom. We're gonna just clean it up and use this on your brows. Use this on your eyelid. Typically I'd want a lighter color right here, so let me just leave that blank and just kind of blend this out a little bit. Okay, so now we go into concealer, and I am going to use two different shades. I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape in light medium and light neutral. I'm going to first start out with the light medium, and I'm just making 2 dots like that, well 3 dots. And in between those dots, because this one is a little bit, I want to highlight more than anything. So this is just how I do it. I mean, you guys can do it however you want, but I like to put the lighter one as well, kind of mix it. And then the lighter one is just in this area, just a little, just to get that brightness. I'm going to use my Morphe M536 brush and just, I'm not even blending it out completely. I like to set it and let it dry a little. And then once it's dried up a little, then I like to blend it out. Because once you let the concealer sit on the skin, it just kind of conceals better when it's warmed up to the complexion. And then you continue to blend the rest out. Like obviously I'm not gonna stay like this, so I'm just gonna let it sit for a little bit, and then I'm gonna blend out the rest with my beauty blender. That way we get that really nice highlight. Okay, now that it's sitting on my skin, my damp beauty blender, and then I just kind of blend it out. That way I really get that highlight effect that I'm looking for. I'm going to use this Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh powder. I love this setting powder. It's amazing if you have dry skin and you like to, you know, not have too much powder, or the powder dries up your skin a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna get this giant man of a brush. This is from Sonia Kashuk large powder brush. I'm gonna get that, make sure I get my entire, as much powder, and then I'm just setting my skin lightly, not too much. This is so that the bronzer really does its job at blending nicely to the skin. Concentrate on this area because that's where the bronzer has to really blend really well, in this area and then up here. I have two bronzers, and like I mentioned in my previous video that I use two bronzers for this look, and that is a lighter one and a deeper one. The lighter one is, you can use any bronzers. The one from I Love Revolution, the donut one that I got during Christmas time. This one is just cinnamon sugar. This is the one that I'm going to use to kind of give my skin some color, but I'm also going to use it as eyeshadow as well. The bronzer, you guys, I have not stopped thinking about what happened on Sunday with Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and the rest of the people that were on that helicopter. It's just so sad. You feel like I can't open my Instagram without reading something about that, and it's just so heartbreaking. Life is so difficult, you know, especially after having kids. Like when you have kids, it just becomes that much harder. And you know, there's so many amazing benefits. The love you get from a child is like no other, and it's an experience that it's kind of hard not to live without that experience. I mean, I don't judge people that don't want kids, you know, but I certainly experience a love that you don't even experience with a spouse, you know. You only understand it when you become a parent, as a mom or a dad, you know. Like, I remember when I was little, I had no fears. You know, when you're young, you don't fear anything because you're almost invincible. So you don't really know about death and fear much because you haven't experienced a lot in life. You know, I remember the crazy things I used to do as a young child. You know, like I would get on the swings and swing as high as I could and throw myself off and land perfectly fine. Like, oh, let's do this again. It was so much fun, the adrenaline. God forbid I do something like that, I'd break a hip. But yeah, when you're young, you don't fear, you're just having fun. But like once you start getting older, you start thinking, you start becoming more fearful. So you start thinking how scary death, you know, those things do come to people's mind, even though people don't talk a lot about that. Now we're gonna use the lighter bronzer and kind of like contour the eye a little bit. The same thing we did to our face, we're gonna do to our eyes. But yeah, you kind of just become more scared about life. and like what could be or what could happen, and like death becomes like a fear because you're not sure of what's gonna happen or how it's gonna happen. So you know, you think about it and you get, it's scary. But let me tell you something, guys, once you have kids, it's a whole different meaning. Death and all that, because you think, oh, okay, maybe, you know, it's not so bad. You know, you think dying, of course, it's fear, it's very scary thing, but what becomes more scary, it's not even dying anymore. It's leaving your kids alone, leaving your kids behind. That is what becomes scary. And that is scarier than dying, because once you have kids, you're like, okay, so, you know, one day you know you're gonna be gone, but my God, leaving your kids behind is such a scary thing. I'm like, I need to concentrate. What brush am I looking for? So I'm just getting a real fluffy, soft, fluffy brush, wrong bronzer, a fluffy brush, and I'm just kind of like sculpting my face, making sure I'm concentrating right here. I know at the beginning it's gonna look kind of weird because you have all this eyeshadow in the inner area of your eye, but that's fine. It's gonna look better at the end. So you're gonna just making sure you're blending it in there really well. Okay, and then coming out. But yeah, you know, you don't want to leave your kids behind. So that becomes even more scarier. It's not even so much dying then, it's leaving your kids behind. So I just only imagine what Kobe and the rest of those parents were going through when they knew the end was seconds away, you know, knowing they had their kids there, like, oh my God, you know, this is not how I want it to end, you know, not with your kids, you know. Like I wonder sometimes, like, is there such thing as peace? Do we really get to experience peace in life? Like, I don't know the meaning of true peace. Do you guys know what peace feels like? I mean, because the only time I experience peace in my life is when I'm sleeping, I have my kids with me, or like when we're on the couch watching TV and hanging out and watching a movie, we're home. Like, to me, that's peaceful. But the minute, you know, you can't live your life just doing that. The minute you're out and about, taking the kids to school, like every day that I take my child to school, I hope nothing bad happens at school. You think about those things every single day. Like, that's not peaceful. That's not tranquility in the mind. You know, you're scared. You're like, you know, is this gonna be the last time? You think about those things, you know, as much as you try not to, but I don't know what parent doesn't think about that, you know. So for me, I don't really truly know the meaning of peace in life. You know, it becomes so, like, your anxiety level is off the charts when you do have kids. So with the light shade, I am just bringing it kind of down to contour my nose a little bit. Like that, very soft. But yeah, guys, it's so scary. Like, there's this family, this mother, she has 2 kids. I think one's a teenager and the other one's a little bit younger. And she remarried to this man who is in some type of cult. I don't know what's going on. This is what's happening right now on the news. And they live in Idaho. No, you the hoe. Just kidding, it's a joke. They live in Idaho, and she has been brainwashed by her husband. Her parents are desperately looking for her kids. They've been missing since September. She's in some kind of cult, and nobody knows what she did with her kids. But finally, she took off and left to Hawaii, and they caught her in Hawaii with her new husband. And they were asking her over and over, like, where are your kids? Where are your kids? And she wasn't responding. Like, what? You're not gonna respond? You don't know where your kids are? Like, you don't know where your kids are. I totally understand people who don't want to have kids, but when you have kids and your life doesn't change to care for them. And I mean, everything I do in life is decision makings based on my kids. Like, if I do this, is it going to benefit my kids? Is this decision making going to benefit and help my child? Like, you become that type of parent when you love your kids. Everything you do in life is based on your kids. And this woman she's just not answering where her kids are. She's going about her life. Her parents are desperately searching for the 2 kids, and she doesn't deserve to be a mom. She doesn't deserve to be a mom, because if you can be brainwashed to whatever the case may be and then not care for your kids, that's just incomprehensible to me. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this area of the eyes a little bit lighter. And how I do that is I get the concealer, the light neutral, and I just kind of tap it right there, just a little bit, not a lot. This is really not a cut crease, you guys, because I don't really mess around with all that work. I just want this area of my eyes to be really light. And I'm not even talking about here. It's mostly like right in this area. Yeah, so I was saying, you know, when you have kids, everything and every decision making that you do is based upon if it's better for your kids, you know. Like, for me, I do suffer from a lot of anxiety, you know, because I think almost nowadays, almost every parent does, because this life is so scary. That's why it's so important. And I tell people, like, I had this conversation with a friend, and I don't understand the stuff they teach at school. Like, there's so much stuff that is so unnecessary. And, you know, I think about, I know math is definitely necessary, but algebra, trigonometry, like all this weird math stuff that I never really even got in school. I was so bad at math. Like, why? We need to teach kindness, love one another, how important it is to be loving to one another. Because if everybody knew how to love each other, we wouldn't live this awful life full of anxiety. You know, you gotta teach your kids to love. That's why my kids go and kiss and hug strangers, because I love on them so much, you know. Obviously you have to protect them and keep an eye on them, because people don't have the best interest in them. People are crazy. There's men out there that are crazy, that like little kids. Like, I don't understand that. So you have to protect your kids. You have to make sure that, because my kids are so loving and so caring, like, I have to be with them all the time. If I am not with them, believe me, they are home safe. So now I'm gonna just kind of blend out a little bit this light color, and then I'm gonna set it with a really light eyeshadow. Blend it out. I don't know how this video turned into a whole life, you know, conversation. So now I'm gonna get this eyeshadow from the Speech Cosmetics palette, this really light nude. Again, you can use any light beigey skin bone color eyeshadow, and I'm gonna set that area. That's why I love to do this, because this kind of takes me away, because, like, back to talking about do we really get to experience peace in our life? To me, this is something I like to do, like, puts my mind at ease, takes me away from crazy and chaos. Like, music does that for me too. I am always listening to music. I blast my music in my room or in my car. I just love music. Music is definitely something that takes me away from the chaos. So that's what you guys do. You put the light bone color. Now you get any bronzer, the deeper one than the color that you have. This is in Rich Amber, and I'm gonna get maybe this brush right here. This is the Morphe E17, and I'm gonna contour this area. Actually, I don't like this brush. Let's use this one, Morphe M507, little tiny fluffy brush, and then we're gonna, same thing we're gonna do in a minute to our cheeks. We're gonna contour the eye area lightly, just to give it that depth. keeping it dark right here. You could definitely use a brown eyeshadow. You don't have to use bronzer. I just like the softness of the bronzer. But if you want to use like a brown eyeshadow, you can. Bone color we're going to use again on our brow bone. Just any flat placement brush and just add that right there on the brow bone. There really is no shimmer to this look. You can if you want on your own. Maybe I'll do a shimmery version of this look in my next tutorial. I bought this beautiful eyeshadow palette that I'm trying to use at the Morphe store. It is so pretty. Let me show you guys real quick. I want to make a video using this palette. Is the Nabla Cutie palette, nude. This is what it looks like. These colors are so gorgeous. It doesn't do justice on film, but it's really pretty. So now that we did the eyes, we're gonna do the eyeliner. So the eyeliner, I can't find my liquid Benefit liquid brown eyeliner, which is typically what I've used before in this look. So any brown, it has to be brown, preferably like a light shade of brown wing liner that you can create with a liquid liner, but I can't find mine anywhere, so I'm gonna use the basic gel brown eyeliner, and I am gonna set it with brown eyeshadow. It looks dark at the beginning, but that's why I want to set it with a lighter shade of eyeshadow, so that the eyeliner is not so deep, because I don't like the eyeliner to be dark at all. Use this one here. Like, again, you don't have to use, you know, this is just like a nice light shade. See how it makes it lighter? It's just to set it. This light shade of eyeshadow, brown eyeshadow. Where's the brush that I just put down? See how it made it light? So I'm getting my darker bronzer, and I'm getting a brush that's a little bit more precise, more precision for the contour area. You could use cream cream contour as well, and then set it. That would be nice too. Like, that's probably something I would do, is cream contour and then set it and do this whole process, but this is just the way I did it last time, and it's faster. Just get the top. This makeup look does require contouring, which is something I haven't been doing a lot of in the past months, maybe even year. Same thing, contour. This is the Morphe E62, and I'm just gonna run it on the side. And remember, I'm gonna blend this out a little bit. It's not gonna be so strong. At the beginning, it's gonna be strong, but you gotta blend it out. So I'm gonna blend that out, but let's go ahead and do some lashes real quick. I'm gonna put on some lashes and I'll be right back. Obviously they're used and abused, so they're looking down a little bit, but as soon as the glue dries, I'm gonna curl them up. I gotta do the lower lid. The lower lid is just very natural. Get like a nice deeper brown, like right here. This really nice deep brown. And we're just gonna trace it kind of just so that we can make the lashes on the lower eye look fuller. So all I'm doing is kind of wiggling the brown in my lash line. Very light. There's not a lot under the eyes. And you're gonna get this. This is the Morphe M321, and now I'm gonna dip it in this softer brown. Actually, no. We're gonna use the light bronzer, the lighter shade. Remember, you use 2 bronzers. Go with the lighter one and just blend out, not a lot, the lower eye. Blend it out just to smoke it out a little bit, but not too much, just to make the top even with the bottom. I got a nude eyeliner, not white. I don't like white, it's too harsh. A nude eyeliner. This is from NARS Rue Bonaparte. A little, just a little bit, that's it. You don't want to put too much and make it obvious. Just a little bit, so that it catches the light. It really opens up the eye nicely. I am curling my lashes. I curled this one a little bit, but they're old, so they don't look brand new. But the trick to making them look better if they're used old lashes, I can get it inside. I put them in here in the lash curler, and then I kind of like brush them, you know, almost like just to make them look a little brushed out and full. And once you curl them, they stay that way, and voila, they look brand new again. Let me curl this one a little bit. Same thing. I'm out of breath because I literally had to run to my car to get my lipstick combination that I had in the glove. I'm gonna do pretty much the same combination I had in the picture, but the lip liner is gonna be different. I'm gonna use Makeup Talk from Morphe lip liner. I'm using my Dose of Color Stone, because it's almost like very close to the color of this lipstick, and I'm just kind of outlining, leaving this blank. Same thing here, outlining in the center. Sand from Dose of Color, just like that, and kind of blend it out with my finger. Blend out the nose contour just a tad bit, because that nose contour, girl, it is strong. And I didn't use shimmery, I didn't use any like highlighter with shimmer. I depended on the concealer for my highlight. Okay guys, all I did was applied mascara. I think the makeup look is completed, so I hope you guys liked it. So that's it for this makeup look, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this makeup look. Don't forget to share it with a friend or on your social media page. Give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Thank you guys for watching.